Mother of God.
Hey guys, this is Kingopersia with another MMO video on guilds. Now let's see, guilds are groups of people that, it's an official group of people. It's not really temporary, it's permanent until you disband it whenever you want. And this is mostly done by the leader. Now a guild is a group of people that work under some type of goal to, better themselves, get better gear, and just to work together, play together, and have fun. There's different types of guilds. There's PvE guilds, PvP guilds, just fun guilds, laid-back guilds, all that stuff. But it's a group of people. You join the guild. Guilds usually have names. They have rank names, different ranks. They have a message of the day. You can, if you're in a guild, you can set a player note. So when people click on your name, they'll see a note that you've written, like a comment. So you can say what crafting professions you have, what role you fill in PvP or PvE. So it depends what game you're in, but you usually go to a guild master to start a guild. You talk to them. You get an item that people sign. Sometimes you have to when you get that thing to sign, usually called a guild charter, you have to get a certain amount of people to sign it. Once it's signed, you bring it back to the guild master. You click accept, and you've made a guild. Those people that sign it are going to be in the guild automatically once it's made. Now, anybody can leave, so sometimes if you're desperate to start a guild, but you don't have anybody to start it with, you can pay people or just somehow get them to sign it, and then they'll leave once it's started. It'll still be a guild. But the person that started the charter, that's the guild leader. It can also be officers, then there's also just whatever ranks you want to make. So let's say a PvE guild, or sometimes there's hybrid guilds, which are both PvP and PvE. PvE guilds are ones that do flashpoints or instances together, or operations or raids, end-game content, that type of thing. They do PvE stuff together. Then a PvP guild, they do PvP stuff together. It's usually good to do these things in a guild, so you work with people that you trust, that you know they're reliable. It's better to be in a guild than to be on your own. And there's also a chat channel set specifically for a guild, so only people in that guild can see what you're saying. And there's also usually an officer chat for the higher ranking members to see what each other is saying. Lots of guilds that are serious enough in the game make their own website, which is good. You can have a calendar for certain events, like world bosses or raids or anything like that. Then there's names. They can be, as long as they're appropriate, they can be anything they want. They're usually serious names or funny names. Like the one I'm in is Channel 4 News Team. That's more along the lines of a funny name, I guess you could say. What else? There's the guild leader. The guild leader will usually work, depends who the leader is, but the guild leader will usually work with the officers or other people to form events or stuff like that. You can make PvP teams or PvE teams. So if you're a PvE guild and you run raids, you can make groups of people that stay in that group and run raids together. Once again, to build trust between each other, so you're running with reliable people. Something relatively new is guild banks, which are banks where you can where people from the guild can put items into to deposit, and also money as well, currency, and they can deposit if they have the right privileges whenever they want. This is a joint venture. Only the people in that guild can access the guild bank, and it's used for conveniency. So let's say you get a weapon you don't need from a flashpoint or an instance, whichever game you're playing, and you don't need it. You can put it in the guild bank because maybe somebody else would need it when they get to a higher enough level. Now there's a relatively new feature as well called guild progression or guild reputation, something like that. From what I've seen, that's only in World of Warcraft, and I haven't played World of Warcraft in a couple years now, so I had not experienced it, so I'm not going to talk about it. You can do your own research on that. But there is a feature in World of Warcraft called guild progression. I assume it gives you some kind of buff, gives you different perks or some type of advantages to being in a guild and to having a high guild reputation. So there's that, and then people will also advertise in general chat, which is the chat that everybody in a certain area can see. So let's say you're in Orgrimmar in World of Warcraft, which is the Orc City, or in the Troll City, no pun intended. If you talk in general chat, everybody in the city will see that message. So if people will advertise their guild in general chat. So let's say your guild name is Control Alt Elite. That's kind of a cool guild name I saw when I was playing World of Warcraft a while ago. Control Alt Elite, which is a pun on the name Control, pun on the hotkey combination on a computer, Control Alt Delete. So you would say in general chat, you'd say Control Alt Elite is a laid-back PvP guild, currently recruiting all levels, need to be geared, need to have experience in PvP, something like that. And different variations like you have to be a mature player, can't be some preteen that doesn't know anything about MMOs. Nobody wants that. Or we're a PvE guild if you have to be level 50, which is the max level in Star Wars: The Republic. Please be level 50, please be geared, which means you have to have good gear on so you can do well in the fights, in harder fights, and be a certain level, be a mature player. We have Ventrilo or TeamSpeak so we can communicate with each other through voice communication, and that just we're a friendly guild. Whisper me for an invite, something like that. Usually to invite somebody you type G invite then the player's name. Any type of guild command that you type starts with a G, like G quit if you want to leave the guild, G invite if you want to invite somebody. If you want to completely disband the guild, like just get rid of the guild entirely, you type G disband for most games. That's about it. Once again, just another general overview of guilds, and I think I've hit upon everything. Yeah, that's about it. Once again, that's a guild for you. Guilds are great because they can help build relationships between players, because you play with these people that in the guild, you play with them a lot, and you build trust and relationships between them. That's the great thing about a guild. That's the point of a guild. So, yeah, that's it. If you want to be friends with me on Steam, my Steam name is the same as my YouTube name. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like my channel, like my Facebook, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading this at the same time as another MMO video on crafting. So look for that one, and look forward to my next video on this Wednesday, and look on my past videos. One was I had 2 Star Wars: The Republic World boss fights, and another MMORPG video which was on boss mechanics. So thank you for watching.